in the gritty underbelly of Brooklyn, where the smell of stale pizza and broken dreams mingles with the damp air, our saga unfolds. Meet Goku D'Angelo and Nick Palermo, two family men bonded by their shared history and a mutual love for finely tailored suits and mildly overpriced espresso drinks. In their world, loyalty is as rare as a cab that smells good. Mikey the Hammer Palermo, no relation to Thor but carrying his own unpleasant brand of hammer, oversees new operations that focus on games of chance and very slim odds of survival. Meanwhile, Admiral Iron Fist Impeach, renowned for his chess-playing skills and mood swings faster than you can say checkmate, crafts strategies that could only be understood by those who have never played a board game in their life. Tensions are rising like bread in a Brooklyn bakery, and in the thick of it, Bambi Palermo, a woman with a name suited more for cartoons than crime, is facing a threat she can hardly believe isn't the latest plot in her high-stakes soap opera life. Christian Zintelli, a man who thinks video game villain noses are a fashion statement, plans to assert his presence not by knocking, but by elbowing his way into her life. Meanwhile, Agent Winters, with an FBI badge that he insists is deceptively heavy, is moving in. His team, trained in both surveillance and resisting the urge to shake their heads disappointedly, readies for the takedown of the century, or at least the takedown of the past 2 weeks. As sirens wail, an almost comforting soundtrack to those caught in the middle, chaos erupts into the customary brunch time pastimes. Bullets may fly, and someone's third favorite tie might meet an untimely demise, but amidst the violence, love and betrayal weave a complex tapestry. Egos clashing like cymbals in a junior high band accidentally make music, a symphony of grift, grudges, and occasional good intentions. In this clash, identities are tested, powers are contested, and somewhere amid the chaos, survival becomes more than a necessity. It morphs into a hobby. The line between who is family and who simply shared a memorable holiday card exchange becomes a line that someone will cross in this battle. With every punch thrown and every loyalty questioned, Season 2 shows us Brooklyn bloodlines in a way it's never been viewed before. This ain't bloodlines, this is survival. Bambi's twisted tale's brave. Merida's curse, a twisted Highland tale. The real story. The Highlands weren't all sunshine and bagpipes the way the storybooks paint it. They were cold, wet, and hungry. Mist crawled down the hills like smoke out of a wise guy's cigar, and the castle Merida grew up in? That joint wasn't no cozy palace. It was stone walls that dripped water in the dark, echoing with screams of ancestors who never got to rest because the land was cursed long before she was born. Merida was a wild one, red hair blazing like hellfire, eyes sharp enough to cut steel. But she wasn't free. Her mother, Queen Eleanor, had her fate stitched up tighter than a mobster's lips at a RICO trial. The old lady had made her own deal with a witch years before, sold off pieces of her soul just to keep the crown steady on her head. That curse seeped through the family like poison in the water. Merida begged to break away. She didn't want to be chained to some arranged marriage, to some dusty old clan tradition. She wanted her freedom. One night, she stomped out of that castle, bow slung over her shoulder, the anger in her chest burning hotter than the fires of Hades. The woods swallowed her up. Fog curled around her legs, whispers slid between the trees, and soon enough she found it. The witch's hut. Only it wasn't no silly shack with teapots and broomsticks like Disney sold ya. Nah, this joint was rotten timber held together by spiderwebs, skulls dangling from the rafters, and the air smelled like copper and rot. The witch inside? She wasn't some cartoon crone. She was a banshee in human skin, her face cracked like porcelain, her teeth jagged and too many to count. "You hate your fate, don't ya?" the witch hissed, voice crawling over Merida's bones. "Then cut it. Fate's a chain. Slice through your bloodline and you'll be free. Merida's hand trembled as the witch slid a blade across the table. It was black iron, wet with something that wasn't oil. The witch grinned, and Merida felt her insides twist, but she took it anyway. That night, storm clouds smashed over the castle. Thunder growled like 1,000 angry ancestors. Rain beat the walls bloody. Merida crept into her mother's chamber, the knife shaking in her fist. Queen Eleanor woke, eyes wide, just as the blade kissed her chest. "Merida," she gasped, voice cracking like dry wood. "What have ye done?" The cut wasn't deep enough to kill, but it was enough. Her skin split and fur poured out of the wound like weeds breaking through concrete. Bones snapped, twisting, bending, shattering into new shapes. Her scream twisted into a roar, the sound shaking the stones loose in the ceiling. Where her mother once stood, a beast rose up, half woman, half bear, eyes hollow pits of hunger. Merida screamed, dropping the knife, but the witch's laughter filled the hall, echoing off the walls like chains clattering. "Blood don't flow backwards, girl," it whispered in the storm. "Your mother's mine now." The Highlands didn't celebrate a brave princess. They burned in fear. Livestock went missing, hunters never came back, and the beast prowled through the night with hunger no man could fill. The clans turned on Merida fast, blaming her for the nightmare she'd unleashed. "I can fix it," she cried, dragging her bow through the mud, eyes red with tears. "I'll find a way to save her." But the witch came again, drifting through the fog with that grin. "Your fate was sealed the moment ye begged me for it. You didn't save your bloodline, lass. You cursed it, forever." The clans tied her fiery hair into a rope and dragged her screaming to the standing stones. They chained her there, left her to the fog, abandoned like a sacrifice. Wind howled through the glen, carrying her cries across the hills. Somewhere out in the darkness, the beast roared back. Her mother watching her daughter writhe. Merida's last words were a whisper, eaten by the storm. "Ma, I only wanted to be free." But freedom ain't free. It costs blood. And in the Highlands, they say, when the wind shrieks down the valley, it ain't the weather. It's the princess and the beast, mother and daughter, still screaming for each other, still cursing the land. The moral? Don't buy the fairy tales. Fate ain't a toy you can bargain with. You pull at the wrong thread, you don't unravel the knot. You hang yourself with it. Some curses you inherit, some you create, but either way, blood never lets you go. And if you like your bedtime stories soaked in blood instead of sugar, hit that subscribe, smash the like, and ring the bell. This ain't just a channel, it's Bambi's Twisted Tales. And we don't do happy endings.